creating a decentralized form of money on which you can build an entirely new type of permissionless financial ecosystem is the holy grail of cryptocurrency. And that's exactly what Terra does. I first got into crypto in late 2016. What was the most interesting to me was that in an industry that calls itself the cryptocurrency industry, there was literally nobody working on creating a better form of money. People just took for granted that Bitcoin was peer-to-peer electronic cash, Ethereum was programmable money, and they never questioned whether these assets were actually useful as money. I started to think about what is a type of cryptocurrency that would actually be usable in the real world. Terra creates a decentralized money, which is easier to spend, more attractive to hold and invest than other types of fiat money or Bitcoin.
We all gotta make it.
One of the biggest problems that we're witnessing across the world is massive inflation. We're seeing 5% inflation in the developed world, but at the same time, the yields that people are getting in commercial savings accounts is 0.05%. By having a permissionless form of money and a permissionless financial system built on top of it, you can start to give people real yield that doesn't erode the value of your household savings.
There are three main apps or protocols in the Terra ecosystem: Anchor for savings, Mirror for investing, and Chai for payments.
You can think of Anchor as a bank on blockchain. Anchor gives you 20% interest rate per year, which is far superior than any other banks, basically just unheard of. We basically removed all the middlemen, all the inefficiencies that happens around actual fiat money.
Here is Anchor, Earn, and Borrow. In Korean bank, it's like 1%, and in Terra, Anchor protocol, it's like almost 20%. Road value and APR. My assets are really growing up and up tremendously.
There are tons of people in the world that cannot get access to lots of different asset classes. It could be because they don't meet the requisite investor qualifications. It could be that the assets that are being traded are simply not available in the jurisdictions where they happen to live in.
This is Mirror, and you can also buy and sell stocks here. Coinbase here.
Mirror allows people to invest in any asset class in the world in a synthetic way without having to ask for permission from anybody else. Chai's core innovation is that it really makes it easy for people to transact using decentralized money. Across the developed world, the average transaction fee for settlements is around 3% for all payment services. For Chai, we're able to cut that fee down to somewhere between 1.1 to 1.5% by cutting out all the middlemen in the settlement process.
For customers, they can have benefits from Chai, like the cashbacks, like 10% to 20%. For merchants, it's faster.
And Chai is widely integrated with a ton of different merchants in Korea. So you have this really unique type of experience where not only can you earn using DeFi, you can take those DeFi yields and you can spend it on anything that you want in the country. As we start to expand it to more markets after Korea, the retail perception of what Terra can do as a competitor to fiat money is going to be astounding.
In addition to Anchor, Mirror, and Chai, Pylon uses a very interesting mechanism to further catalyze our ecosystem.
Pylon is a new protocol on the Terra ecosystem that allows you to access services and art for free. Along with other projects like Anchor, Mirror, it's kind of like an extension of the capabilities of DeFi. It's as simple as you make a key money deposit. That key money deposit accrues yields and provides you with different services for free. And at the end of the day, you're able to withdraw that key money deposit. So what we did was apply this concept to DeFi, to things like subscription services, to rentals in the metaverse, and artist patronage.
The Terra ecosystem really has one main product, the decentralized stablecoin, UST.
There's probably a ton of different things that you can work on in crypto, but I think the most important thing is fulfilling Bitcoin's initial vision of becoming peer-to-peer electronic cash. And it turns out that in order to be peer-to-peer electronic cash, the value of whatever you need to create needs to be pegged to existing units of account that people can enter. So we think that a stablecoin that has stable value against fiat currency is important. But when you have these stablecoins, they need to be decentralized. So if you look at stablecoins like Tether, USDC, they're under the control of whoever is operating them or whatever regulator feels like they have jurisdiction over these issuers. So what that means is that as you're building up a decentralized finance ecosystem on top of these centralized stablecoins, you're going to be held hostage to whoever happens to have control over the underlying centralized money. And that's why I think decentralized stablecoins are the most important innovation in crypto.
Yeah, so it looks like we have 3 to 4 projects over the next few weeks, many more for the...
I think an easy way to estimate the amount of value that is being generated in the network is by looking at all the different use cases that happen to use Terra stablecoins. So in the beginning, I grew very excited in keeping track of new projects as they were launching on top of Terra. But at this point, it's impossible to keep track anymore. Every day, there are new protocols that are launching. The dimensions of what can happen when you unleash the programmability of all these different protocols is going to be mind-blowing.
Last year, because of COVID, my business was really having a hard time. I didn't have my money to give my employees. But after I know Terra, it changed my life. It made me overcome my hard time situation.
This is probably a cliche, but I think we are even earlier than the beginning.
We have hundreds of teams building on Terra at the moment. I think in the near future, we'll have thousands of teams that'll all push UST to become the #1 stablecoin in all of crypto.